I'm an accountant by day, and I enjoy that. But my main passion would be dance. Love to dance.
I live in Houston, and I'm originally from Spain. I came to Houston for work.
I like to climb and run and go about my day.
I love to ballroom dance. I do that competitively and I teach. I also do a lot of work and I do a lot of volunteering for a variety of causes.
And I love running and gardening, and I am a third-year medical student.
Before I came to Dr. Bannock, my injury was preventing me from doing the exercises and the sports that I like doing. It was really hard for me to run. It was really hard for me to even walk or go upstairs.
So before I came to see Dr. Bannock with Osteopathic Healing Hands, there was a lot of dance training and movements in ballroom dancing that were either painful or strenuous or things I couldn't attempt because it would have been too dangerous for me to do so. And I had been to 3 sports medicine doctors in 3 different countries before I saw her, and they all said I had to quit competing, which I effectively did. But since coming to see her, all that went away.
I had a lot of pain in my hip, a lot of pain. For a year and a half, I was suffering that, and I thought it would go away eventually. Or my friends told me, no, forget it. It will be like that the rest of your life because it's like that. Get used to.
And for my labrum in my hip, I was in pretty significant pain for during that immediate injury and for many months after that, even getting so bad as to not want that I didn't want to get up and walk some days.
I've had a long history of lower back issues. I went to a chiropractor a lot in high school, and they were able to give some temporary relief, but I don't think that it ever really got, whatever was the problem, never really got fixed, I wouldn't say. And when I started going to Dr. Bannock, the first time I went was because I had sort of an acute, I tweaked my back in some way, and it was impeding my ability to walk properly. I mean, it was very uncomfortable.
I waited about 8 months before finding Osteopathic Healing Hands for this injury. And I didn't come because I just didn't know that Osteopathic Healing Hands existed. And even though I'm a medical student, I'm a medical student at an MD school, and I didn't fully understand what osteopathic physicians do.
Had I known about it sooner, I would have jumped right in and come at the first sign of trouble. But I just didn't know it was out there. I didn't know it was a thing.
So I came to see Dr. Bannock. It was back in 2017. A year and a half earlier, I had my daughter, and it was a complicated childbirth and ended up being in a C-section that was not planned. And since then, everybody was telling I had a back pain, my hip hurts a lot, and it was every day a constant pain. So it happened to me that I went to another doctor in my country and in Spain, and this doctor told me, no, what you need to do is look for a osteopath. That is the doctor that can help you. And so I started researching in the internet, and I found Dr. Bannock.
I probably waited maybe a month or so because I didn't feel like anything was wrong, really, was specifically wrong until my back had tweaked, and then something was acutely wrong. but I wish I had just gone right away, because she has been able to, even when I don't feel like a specific sharp pain in my body, she's still, every time I've gone to her, been able to fix things I didn't even feel were wrong until they were fixed.
I knew it was time to do something different because the things I tried before weren't working anymore. I realized I needed more than just some stretching and even mild painkillers like Tylenol or ibuprofen. They just weren't cutting it. I was feeling pain every single day, and I'd even tried chiropractors in the past, and it just seemed like it wasn't really solving or really even addressing the issues I was having. And so I'm really glad that I found out about OMT and was referred to Osteopathic Healing Hands.
I was walking and it hurts my back. So I called her like, look, I cannot stand the pain and I cannot walk. So she received me that the same day, no issues. She was and it was really helpful. It alleviated a lot of pain.
Before I came to see Dr. Bannock, I couldn't run without any pain, and now I run a few times a week. Even climbing was causing me pain when I would, twisting one way or the other, and now I'm able to do that freely. I can go on hikes for miles, and that was just out of the picture without wincing every step of the way. And now it's not just possible, I do it all the time.
The biggest change in my life has been that I am able to walk again. I had to go back on crutches post-surgery for about a month, and I was really having trouble with my daily life, walking around my apartment. It hurt to go farther than the bathroom.
The most valuable takeaway from my experience is that suffering from pain that impacts large parts or all of your body, your back, your legs, things that don't go away from one day to the next, that there's hope for treating that type of pain. I had resigned myself to thinking I would be in pain for the rest of my life, and these therapy sessions with Dr. Bannock have given me hope that the pain will go away at some point.
Everything in the body is connected. You don't have one issue that is siloed. Fixing the root cause issue will fix a whole slew of other issues, that some of which I knew about, some of which I didn't. But by addressing the root cause, the impact is substantial and farther reaching than just one specific area.
I shouldn't give up on being able to run again. I shouldn't give up on having a life without pain, because there are ways I can get help, and there are ways that I can get over this injury and this almost full year of chronic pain I've been in.
Was a very unique approach to things I didn't know could be fixed in my body. There were a lot of things I had just accepted as this is my body and this is what it has become.
It's not, we usually trust more the ones that we have around sometimes than doctors, to be honest. But not all, they are not, usually they are not doctors. It's not their specialty probably. And we, even if they said this is what it is, deal with it, I think it's worth to try a treatment that doesn't require pills, because I'm not a big fan of using pills. She really understands how the body works, and it's not the same as people think that this is like a chiropractor or like a therapist or like a massage. No, it's not the same thing. I have tried the three of them, and they might be helpful, But usually the people that are giving you that treatment are not doctors.
Huge leaps and bounds in my ballroom dancing. My ability to move naturally.
I'm able to go about my day without feeling the pain that I've been feeling for years even. It's been a dramatic shift in how I go about my day, and I'm able to finish the day without feeling like I've been through a gauntlet. So it's been really helpful.
I used to think that the body was something that deteriorates. I used to think that the body is something that you need to slow down with. And I am just not seeing any evidence of that right now. And I'm thinking, I'm just making plans for what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to the gym. I'm going to start doing stuff I never did before, and training in ballroom dancing and competing again, which is huge, because the last time I did that, it was about 15 years ago.
And now I'm able to walk around my apartment fine, and actually be in clinics for my medical school.
I would tell people seeking help from Dr. Bannock that they should be happy that they're giving it a shot. It's helped me out tremendously.
For people who are thinking about seeking help from Osteopathic Healing Hands, I will say don't waste a second even thinking about it. It is something that is new and different to a lot of people, but it's something that has to absolutely be experienced to believe.
Don't hesitate to go and ask. It doesn't hurt.
I would say go for it, for one thing. Go into it with an open mind. It's a different approach to medical care than you've likely seen before. And because of that, it leads to very different results. And from my experience, those results have been dramatic. She's able to get to that root cause issue and fix that, and that ends up having an impact much greater than just that specific pain that you might be experiencing or a specific issue you might be having.
Yes, please. This treatment that Dr. Bannock is able to give is so amazing. It's not traditional medicine, but it's better than that in a lot of ways. And I hope that people can have the same sense of hope for having a better life and not being in pain the way I did when I came to osteopathic